Now, for most people, a romantic relationship involves two individuals who, of course, love each other. And to make it a complete family, some prefer to add a child as well, or maybe a pet or two. Now, that's our general understanding of love. But it now appears there's an alternative to this. I don't know if you've heard of something called polyamory. This is a romantic or even sexual relationship that involves multiple partners with the full knowledge and consent of everyone involved. It's, of course, just like you. I'm very curious to find out how it works. So eNCA contributor Mpho Lakaje brings us more on this story.
In December 2018, Limpopo residents Lethabo Mojalefa and Fletcher Mokwane met and fell in love. Shortly after their relationship took off, Mojalefa told her boyfriend something that could have easily led to a breakup. She was bisexual, which means she's attracted to both men and women. Interestingly though, Mokwane, who's a straight man, was not bothered.
I was like, okay, cool, that's dope. I already knew that you might be bisexual because like my whole life I've dated tomboys. Yeah, so all my girls look like boys, but they like looking like boys. And I found it dope because you know why? They handled anything and everything themselves.
Just like that, their relationship passed the first test. But they couldn't ignore the fact that they needed to fulfill their romantic and sexual desires as a straight man and a bisexual woman. So they came up with a somewhat radical idea. Together, they would go out and search for someone who would complete their relationship. In August 2022, they met Lunya Makua, a stripper from Burgersfort, popularly known as Minaj.
We both loved Minaj because of how driven she is in the business side. She is active, but she's driven. She is focused, and that's one of the dynamics we're looking for, like pushing in our relationship. We're both, before she came into the picture, we've been pushing our businesses together, and when she came in, we knew that there are some aspects where we're all going to benefit each other.
And Makua, who is also bisexual, was equally excited to be part of Mojalefa and Mokwane's love affair.
Before we share relationship barna public, Lethabo le Fletcher ba ile ba dula le nna fase then ba mpotsa gore re tlo nyaka gore o dire so o ska dira so ene mongwe sa njore a respect mongwe na gona motho leng gore o tlo jela sa motho mongwe so ke re ke dumellana le dilo tse leng gore ne ba mpotsa tsona then ke ge re shala re ya public.
And this is polyamory. 3 people, 1 relationship. Basically, the man of the house is in love with 2 women. But then the ladies are also in a romantic and sexual relationship with each other. And let's not forget this little guy. He is Lethabo Mojalefa and Fletcher Mokwane's 18-month-old son.
So he has one mom, he has one dad, and then he has an extra mom. I don't think it's confusing because he also has a lot of aunts and uncles, so he knows that this is my mom and dad, that's an extra mom, and I think he views the aunts and the uncles as extra moms and dads because he's still young right now, he doesn't understand much.
Now, these 3 lovebirds are not an isolated case. Polyamory, despite the stigma it carries, is practiced across South Africa. Like-minded people are finding each other on various online platforms where they've amassed thousands of followers. This growing community regularly hosts events in cities like Johannesburg, Pretoria, and Cape Town, attended by dozens of people.
A lot of people choose polyamory because they watch their parents and the trauma of a monogamous relationship that goes wrong, that there's infidelity, and that they watch their parents growing up with a lot of pain, watching parents, either partner, just battling with the need to expand their love elsewhere, or there could be, as I say, the trauma of infidelity.
But it's not all rosy.
The flip side of that coin at the same time then is the more people there are in the relationship, the less time there are to spend with one person. And that person can often also feel lonely and isolated in the relationship. So therefore, it's really of utmost importance that, the relationship doesn't become too large. And of course, issues like jealousy and anger comes up. You spend more time with person C than with me. And like, why should you do that? Don't you love me? And jealousy can happen. The average time that a polyamorous relationship lasts, according to literature, is about 8 years.
But these Limpopo lovebirds don't appear to be bothered.
I cannot jealous for Lethabo le Fletcher I keep on never too because now go reking yakabona aki hlailele ke ba hloka ke ba hwetja e kinya ka Fletcher ke mo hwetja re kinya ka Lethabo ke mo hwetja since we ba in a relationship ka moka a sanga ka banyaka ka sa ba hwetja ba mphana go ya bona ene le lerato la bona ke shitse ke le bone le lengwe ba mphaloe.
So, where is this going? Is polyamory the future, or are we witnessing a social trend that will evaporate with time? Mpho Lakaje, Limpopo.